Welcome to Solo Marvel Champion, where today I'm playing Black Widow versus Expert Rhino. This is my yellow Submarine deck, which I have linked down below. I chose Rhino not because he's easy, but because he's fast. I tested this deck against Expert Rhino, Expert Claw, and Standard Ultron, and Rhino was by far the fastest of those games. I had a game against Claw that was just under 2 hours, and I don't want to put a video that long on my channel. So, you get Expert Rhino today, who is not without challenge. Obviously, I have a scheme I need to get rid of right away. We have the low threshold on the main, which is really swingy in solo, of course. So, again, not without challenge, but still on the easier side of villains. So in my opening hand, Professor X would be good because it's going to clear that and confuse. Covert Ops can do that as well. Dazzler cannot. Well, she can confuse, but she's not going to clear this. So I need some help, which might mean I would also need to flip up to Hero. And I don't want to do that. This deck is called Yellow Submarine because it's Justice, and she wants to stay down in Alter Ego most of the time. Now, that is not an innovative concept. That is something that has definitely been done before, but my contribution is making this a core and only 4-pack deck. I'm doing it with only a very small card pool. Now, granted, that card pool is designed to do what this deck wants, but it is still a limited card pool. Okay. Covert Ops is perfect. And then I probably also do Global Logistics so I can set up the one encounter card I'm going to get. And then I keep Agent 13, I think. Well, I can keep Agent 13 and Counterintelligence. Can I get Counterintelligence down and then just play Covert Ops? Yes, but then I can't Global Logistics. So I am just going to do 1, 2, 3. Do I need to mulligan anything? One thing I always say, if you're only going to use something for resources, mulligan to see if you can get an additional double. So that'll pay for that, and I want to play that. So these, but I also want to keep Counterintelligence. She is just going to be a resource, so let's mulligan her and get an attack robotics. Now that draws me a card, but I can't, but even if I do that, I'm 1 card down. So I won't get to keep Counterintelligence. So let's do 3 for Covert Ops. Action, remove 4, confuse. Now I have another choice. I could play my Global Logistics to set up my encounter card or put down Counterintelligence. I think for now, let's play Global Logistics, exhaust 1 shield card I control, look at the top 4. Okay, I'm going to get one of these as an encounter card. I can get rid of this charge. I know I can get rid of that because I don't want him to charge. If he gets a charge, I would flip up to let him to draw that off so I don't get a second charge on. So right now I can get rid of this one knowing there's only one more in the deck, which means I don't have to draw it off later when it comes up because I know he's never going to have 2 as long as I don't go through the deck. That's my thinking on that. And of these, honestly, a guard minion is fine. It only has 3, and if I can get, and he schemes for 0, so he can sit there. I can sit in Alter Ego all day long, and if I get Quake, I can do some damage to him. And now the question is whether or not I want to play Attack Acrobatics. Agent Coulson can go get me Counterintelligence. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, start to get set up, draw a card. That Gauntlet is nice, and I'll hold on to it. 2, 3, 4. Monica Chang is great. A Spycraft is really good. 1 goes on the main. He cannot scheme, and I get 1 encounter card, which is a guard. Okay, so I don't need this double. So I'll use this double to play Gauntlet. Use Gauntlet to play Spycraft, which draws me a card. I'm going to play Meditation and exhaust a shield card I control. Or not exhaust a shield card. Exhaust my alter ego to play Monica Chang. She goes and finds me a surveillance team. That will have 4. Comes in with 3 and gets 1 more. And we'll just have it remove that threat and Monica start to damage this guy. I am going to hold on to Dance of Death and Homeland Intervention. And let's ready. Safe House is really good to get down. I don't think I've got any. Yeah, I do have Counterintelligence in there, so I can get Counterintelligence back with that Safe House. 1 goes on. He's scheming for 1 and only 1. He schemes for 0. This surges. This surges. Bomb Scare has 3, which is not a big deal. So I think I will use Synth Suit to play Safe House. Exhaust Safe House to pull Counterintelligence back to hand. We will do 1, 2 for Counterintelligence, which draws me a card. There's another Covert Ops, and I might just do that. If you can keep him confused, the game is so much easier. So let's do Covert Ops. Remove 4 and confuse. And we'll use these to clear the main. And we're ready. Now in my thumbnail, I said, this deck is powerful, but is it fun? I think it's a lot of fun to stay in Alter Ego. You're drawing 6 cards every turn. You're limiting what the villain can do. And that is the fun I was looking for when I built the deck. So for me, yes, this deck is fun. That presents me some options, although Agent Coulson is a priority. Professor X may be a priority because I can get the Confuse back on. If I can get 1 more of these, and it doesn't look like I'll be able to, I can play Winter Soldier for free. So there are some options in that hand. Nick is always an option because he draws some cards, but then I lose some cards to do that. 1 goes on, he cannot scheme, and he schemes for 0. 1 card, if Bomb Scare is in play. It is not, it gains Surge. Another guard. Not concerned about those guards. 3 for Helicarrier. No, I can't do that either. I almost want to do this and play Nick. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick, who draws me 3 cards. And I did that so that I would have an upgrade, a preparation that draws me a card. And now, because I have 4 preparations, Winter Soldier is free. So Nick will knock this guard out. He attacks this guard for 2. And let's put another surveillance team out. I'm not worried about that threat. We'll go ahead, choose this one to knock a threat off. I don't believe... Yeah, I don't have any preparations in here. Something I should have done or could have done is used grappling hook to play something so I can get it right back, but that's okay. I'm going to hold on to both of these. We'll get to confuse next turn. I really should flip up to hero just to let Nick block, but I'm not going to. Just draw. See, that meditation now gets me Professor X for free. 1 goes on the main. He schemes for 1, 2. He schemes for 0. And Rhino gets a tough. Here in just a minute, I'm going to start attacking the villain, I promise. So let's do meditation, exhaust your alter ego, play a card reducing its cost by 3. So he comes in for free and confuses. He then takes all of that threat and we'll do 1, 2 for grappling hook, which draws me a card. And he can knock out the guard. And we'll use global logistics. Exhaust a shield card I control. Look at the top 4. Definitely don't want that. Shocker would be fine because he only has 3 health and deals the damage to each hero. Well, I am not in hero form. Hydra Bomber is a little bit better than Hydra Regular just because he only has 1 attack. Hydra Regular has 2 attack, and this basically does the same thing. Choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main. That's just like in Sight. Or you can take the damage if you want. Since he only has 2 hit points, I will let him be my only encounter card. And I'll stack him under, and I'm going to burn the other 2. Make sure, yeah, Hydra Bomber will be my only encounter card. And do I go ahead? Now, he does have a tough. He has a tough, but Professor X can block. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and flip up. I wish I had a Widow's Bite now. Widow's Bite would automatically knock that guy out. I know I'm not getting a side scheme, so I'm going to get rid of Chance Encounter. I've got plenty of stuff. Let's go ahead and flip up. Take advantage of a blocker. That actually changes things. Hold up. Maybe I don't go down. Because he would attack and get this, which I know is this guy, and then Shocker would come out. So, yeah, I'm going to stay down since I've stacked the deck for that. The next turn, I'll go up for Dance of Death. There's a Widow's Bite, too. So, 1 goes on. He can't. I get 1 guy who does that. Professor X is gone. And that Dance of Death is interesting too, because I can deal 1, 2, and 3. So that's probably going to be the goal. Let's use Gauntlet for a Widow's Bite to draw a card. Another grappling hook isn't nothing. If I play that, I can still play Dance of Death. But I have 1 out. I don't really need 2. What I'll do... go ahead and have him knock the bomber out. I'm going to play Homeland Intervention. Exhaust a shield card I control. Up to 3 shield cards I control. I'm going to do 1. Remove 2 threat for each one exhausted. And I'm going to flip up. He's on his last leg, so he can defend for me. We'll do 1, 2, 3. If I do that, I need to make sure I don't draw through my deck so I can get it back with Safe House. So 1, 2, 3 for Dance of Death. Deals 1, deals 2, deals 3. And I could have done that the other way so that it just knocked his tough, then that guy, then that guy. Then he could attack for 2, but I think it's going to be fine. I'll attack for 2 more. And I'm going to get rid of that, but hold on to meditation for next turn. It's ready and draw. Another gauntlet is great. Dazzler is good. Oh, that is really important. So, yeah, that can play that. I think that's going to be a good turn. 1 goes on, he's attacking, and Winter Soldier blocks. 3, 4, 5, he's gone. 1 encounter card. Crowd Control only has 2. Now I wish I had a chance encounter, but that's fine. I'm not going to stay up, and I'm not going to damage him. I'm going to go down. I'm going to use Safe House to put that grappling hook back in my hand. I'm going to use that grappling hook to play the other gauntlet. Use the gauntlet to play that, which draws me a card. Oh, Quake. I'd almost rather have Quake than Dazzler, but maybe not. Because now I can do Meditation. I really want that Sky Destroyer. But I'd also like to have the Confuse. I'm going to do Meditation, Exhaust. Spend 1 for Dazzler, who confuses. She takes the 2. And this takes 1. Then hold on to that for next turn. I've only got 1 more, and that's that grappling hook, which I just shuffled. So let's just ready. Let's move this over. So, well, I was going to say so tempted to play Nick, but I'd love to get the Sky Destroyer down first. If the Sky Destroyer goes down first, well, it doesn't matter. Sky Destroyer triggers itself when it comes in because it's after you play a shield card. So after I play this, I can exhaust it to deal 2 damage. So that won't be a problem. I can play Nick, draw 3 cards, which gives me the cards I need for Sky Destroyer. 1 goes on, he cannot scheme. 2 encounter cards. Suit soaks damage. And this guy comes in again, or another copy of this guy comes in. I don't think anything there is going to be a problem. 2, 4 for Nick, who draws me 3. There's that grappling hook, which is the last preparation. It draws me a card. I might go up here with Dance of Death to knock off that suit. Although I don't need to. 1, 2, 3 for Sky Destroyer. That deals 2 damage here. And then these 2 deal 4 damage here. Actually, one of them deals 2 damage here, and the other one clears that threat. And then we will do Global Logistics, exhaust a shield card, look at the top 4. Now this one's different because I'm going to get a boost card and an encounter card. So boost of 0, encounter card. Do I want him to heal 4? Or would I rather have this guy come out? And actually what I'll do... Actually, that's a treachery. So we'll do that as the encounter card. I'm going to flip up. Going to attack for 2 to put more there. Let's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Monica Chang back. That's why I like keeping these as long as I can. Monica's going to put 1 more on every one of them. So 1 goes on. He's attacking for 3 and only 3. And Nick is gone. I get 1 encounter card, which is a treachery. I'm going to use Grappling Hook to say no to that. And Widowmaker deals 1 damage. And that knocks off the tough, or the armor. Now, I need to play shield. So as much as I want to play Dance of Death right now, maybe I still play Dance of Death. I also need to go down because if I knock him out right now, I would get stunned. So let's do... I mean, I gotta take the damage when I can get it, right? 2, 4, or 2 more. This can clear this. And I can use Global as my shield card. So let's flip down. We're going to use Safe House to bring that Grappling Hook back to hand. Play it to draw me a card. Do 1, 2, 3 for Monica. Deals 2. Puts that surveillance team in. And oops, I add a blue dice. Comes in with 3, and then each one gets 1. And she is just going to deal 1 damage there. I do have all of these in, so I need to use them just so that I can get it back. And, oh, and let's go ahead and Global Logistics again, even though I don't get any extra damage out of it. 1 will go on. He's going to scheme for, maybe I'll do that. He's going to scheme for 2, taking that up to 3, and then Burn Notice. No, we can do Caught Off Guard, because I'll get whatever I have to discard right back. We'll burn those 2. So I'm going to hold on to Dance of Death and ready. And that gets me Covert Ops again. And then maybe I flip up and do Dance of Death. No, I don't want to flip up yet. 1 goes on. He schemes for 1, 2. I get 1 encounter card, which is Caught Off Guard. I'll do the, well, I can do the Grappling Hook. I can get it right back. I can play it right back. I'll exhaust grappling hook. Then I return that to hand, play it, and draw a card. There's another covert ops, which is meaningless. Meditation, exhaust for covert ops, remove and confuse. Monica knocks him out. He has a tough, and I would stun every hero, but I'm not hero, I'm an alter ego. Then maybe I do go ahead and flip up to take care of that threat or that tough and do some damage. It should have 3 on it, right? Didn't I just put that down? Actually, it should have 4 on it. Because I didn't use it. I just knocked it over. Okay. So let's see. I'm exhausted from meditation. So let's flip up. And I'll do 1, 2, 3. I do want to hold on to chance encounter. I also want to hold on to that covert ops. I'm going to do 3 for Dance of Death. Deal 1, deal 2, deal 3. Hold on to covert ops. 1 goes on the main. He's attacking for 4, and oh, let me draw my cards real quick. He's attacking for 4, and I'm just going to take it. 4, 5, 6. Oh, and let's back up just a second. He's attacking for 4, and the boost is +2. Attack Acrobatics deals 2 back, and Widowmaker deals 1 more. So then the attack is only 4, and I take all 4 of that. 1 encounter card. Advance. I want him to keep that confuse. No, it's fine, because I can get the confuse back. All right, I don't need to play meditation. And I'd really like to play Agent 13. I'm going to attack for 2. Four for Agent 13, which deals 2. Let's flip down. I almost just need to stay up at this point, right? Just defeat him on his next turn. I've still got an Attack Acrobatics, a Widow's Bite, a Grappling Hook. These can prevent threat going on. So yeah, I'm going to stay up. Let's use this one. Now, because I have all 3 surveillance teams out, I want 1 to be used up so that when I get Monica Chang again, I can have 1 to go find. And then she attacks for 1. That readies this, but that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's unfortunate. Although Winter Soldier is going to come in for free. I should actually be able to beat him on his turn, which is something I love to do. 1 goes on. Here's a fun thing. I can use counterintelligence. When any amount would go on the main, discard this, prevent 3 of it. So 1 goes on, and I prevent all of it, and Widowmaker pops off. He attacks, and she can block it. 4 and nothing. That's unfortunate. I would love for that to have been even a single boost. I get 2 and the acceleration. Under fire, I'm going to grappling hook. Say no to that. And that's the encounter card. That's the entire card. No, it's not. I don't grappling hook it. I use Spycraft. Spycraft cancels the entire card, but then I get a new one. So it's basically just, it actually would be the same as grappling hook since I'm getting another encounter card anyway, but let's do it that way. Widowmaker deals 1. Assault, now I use grappling hook. Say no to that, and Widowmaker knocks him out. So this is a really fun deck. I hated having to go to hero form as many times as I did, but this deck really does stay down in Alter Ego almost the entire game. Super fun for me to play. I know some people might find that boring, but that's the game. That is my yellow submarine deck. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I missed. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous day.